What's going on, guys? Welcome back to BlackTideTV and the second weapon review of the year for Call of Duty World War II. In today's video, we're looking at the M1941 Johnson. Without further ado, I'm going to hop directly into this weapon review. I may have misjudged the amount of time I have today. It's a shorter weapon review because I was going to use this clip for a different gameplay commentary and ended up over commentating and had to get a different gameplay. And I was like, hey, I can use this for my weapon review. But keep an eye out for that Astro logo. If you spot the Astro logo and are the first to comment the correct timestamp in the comment section down below, you'll have 5 entries into my Astro A20 headset giveaway. For more information on that, you can check out the link in the description. But the M1941 Johnson, admittedly, I avoided this weapon at launch. I used it a little bit right out of the gate, and then I was like, I don't really like this weapon. I'm gonna pass on this for a little while. And I switched different weapons. And it's only when I came back to this weapon that I really noticed that this thing is a hidden gem. Barely anyone uses this weapon, and it's honestly one of the better weapons in the game for a competitive player, for a veteran player, and when other weapons start to get nerfed, other weapons that definitely are deserving of a nerf, this could become one of the top tier weapons in the entire game. It's had some drastic changes from the beta as far as I know. In the beta, I believe the M1941 actually had the stats of the FG42. It fired a lot slower, or at least it seems so to me. It fired slower, it had more damage. A lot of people actually like this weapon in the beta, but you don't see them using it in the full game anymore, which is kind of strange. And that's because, like I said, I think there's been a lot of changes to this weapon since the beta. It is now something of an SMG assault rifle hybrid. And that's why I would definitely recommend Airborne Division when you're using this weapon. It's the fastest firing assault rifle or rifle in the game. It's the fastest firing weapon in its class. But to go with that, it does have some very, very heavy recoil and a lower damage range capability, including a small magazine capacity. So there's a lot of negatives to this weapon that can be reworked, and you can add some attachments and you can change up your playstyle to make this weapon, though it has a lot of negatives, very, very competitive. Like I said already, use the Airborne Division. Treat this weapon more like an SMG than a rifle. This weapon is very mobile. It fires very, very fast. I want to say the fire rate is on par with the Thompson submachine gun, the M19. I can't remember what one it is, but it's like the second last SMG, the Tommy gun. It's pretty similar to that in terms of fire rate, so it fires very, very fast. And the 4-shot kill range on this weapon, there's no 3-shot kill range, but a 4-shot kill range is ridiculous. 4-shot kill range on this weapon is across the map on Gustav cannon. I shit you not, it's absolutely insane. So even though it does have a 4-shot kill instead of a 3-shot kill like the BAR or the FG42, that 4-shot kill is extremely competitive and will outplay a lot of SMGs. So you've basically got a super long range SMG here, and as long as you can control the recoil, you're going to be absolutely laughing all the way to the bank. Like I said, the small magazine capacity is a little bit of a problem because you fire those shots so quickly. You'll need to be reloading a lot, and that's why I would definitely recommend Hustle basic training. It only has 25 bullets in the regular magazine with 75 in reserve, but if you put on extended mags as well, which we'll talk about attachments later, it'll go up to 37 rounds in the magazine, which is definitely a huge recommendation for me. Extended mags is great on this weapon. The base variant iron sights aren't fantastic. I've noticed that some of the variants in this game actually change iron sights, which is an incredible advantage if you have certain variants. Like, for example, we'll be talking about the Lewis gun sometime next week, and the variant that I got for that thing completely changes the iron sights and makes it so much easier to use. But some of the iron sights will change up this weapon's iron sights, and the base variant's iron sights aren't fantastic. They're not bad, but they're not great. So reflex sight, you might want to go for the reflex sight. I don't think a lens sight is available for this one, but if there is, that might be a good option as well. But you can kind of get over the iron sights a little bit. There's just like 2 little knobs on either end of the iron sight that kind of distract you a little bit when you're firing at longer ranges. But this weapon is perfect for an everyman playstyle. If you're jumping between close and medium engagements like you saw in my Welcome to HQ glitch video on Corentin, this is a perfect map for that. Jumping between buildings, going in close range, going in medium range, firing across fields. It's good for every single engagement, apart from maybe extremely long range like Gustav cannon sniping or something like that. In my personal opinion, increased use will yield greater results. The more you use this weapon, the more comfortable you become with its recoil pattern, the much better you're going to find it. I think it's going to be a very, very powerful weapon for competitive because of this. As long as you can control the recoil, you have a 4-shot monster in your hands that can absolutely drop people at long ranges, incredibly fast fire rate. Veteran players that can control their recoil will dominate with this weapon, especially once the bar gets its comeuppance and it gets that nerf that everyone's been waiting for. Currently, the bar has a 3-shot kill range that's pretty substantial, but when that thing gets nerfed, which I'm expecting it to be nerfed again, this weapon will come out on top. Extended mags and or rapid fire are great attachments for this weapon. Rapid fire will absolutely send the fire rate of this weapon over the top and make it incredibly competitive in closer ranges, making it a little bit more difficult at long ranges. But I would definitely recommend extended mags if you're going to use rapid fire or not. Extended mags is always a good option here. It's a really good wildcard weapon where you can put on a wide variety of attachments and you can change up your playstyle a lot and the weapon will still be effective. But your experience could be drastically different than another player's based entirely on your history with the Call of Duty franchise and using certain weapons throughout the ages, so I'd love to hear from you guys what you think of the M1941. I personally think it's a very powerful weapon. I think it will be on top when some other weapons receive their due nerfs, and with that in mind, I will be giving the M1941 an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's video, subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.